Not long ago, a tank, which has already become a legend, made its appearance in the game. This is the M4A3E8 Sherman with the word Fury menacingly painted on its gun barrel. This vehicle was added to World of Tanks for a reason. Fury is the title of a movie that came out on the 16th of October. We can also thank the same movie for the new garage that has been added to celebrate the event. So what can be said about this tank, the Fury? It's a Tier 6 medium tank with almost all of the advantages of its counterpart from the tech tree. It has a good view range, a nice rate of fire, and excellent gun elevation and depression angles. This tank is one of the most well-balanced vehicles in its tier, and players can pull off tough battles as well as earn extra credits. Let's take a closer look at the characteristics of this armored vehicle, starting with its gun. The 76mm gun has a reload time of just over 3 seconds, giving it a rate of fire of more than 18 shots per minute. The aiming time is 2.3 seconds. Average armor penetration with the standard armor-piercing shell is 128, with an average damage of 115. Its armor-piercing composite rigid shell inflicts the same damage, but is able to penetrate armor 177mm thick. This tank can deal more than 2,000 damage per minute, which makes it one of the best damage dealers among all Tier 6 medium tanks. And that is before we factor in equipment and consumables. Good characteristics of the gun are accompanied with great elevation and depression angles ranging from -10 to +25 degrees. This makes the tank very well suited to fighting on rugged terrain consisting of hills and ravines. Another advantage of Fury is its view range of 370 meters. This is a good view range for a Tier 6 vehicle, and it makes it worthwhile to mount equipment and train crew with skills that improve view range even further. We'll come back to this later. Now, a few words about mobility and performance. This tank weighs 34.5 tons, and is equipped with a 500 horsepower engine, making its power-to-weight ratio in the standard configuration 14.5 horsepower per ton. Its maximum speed is almost 43 kilometers per hour. It has a slightly lower performance than a standard Sherman, but this is compensated for by its great turning ability, 44 degrees per second. This is one of the highest agility values among all Tier 6 vehicles. In close combat with a heavy tank or a tank destroyer, the Fury is quite capable of outturning the opponent. However, don't get too enthusiastic about this type of gameplay. The premium Sherman is not built to tank for a long time. Armor thickness is almost identical on all sides of the turret at 63mm. The front of the hull is also protected with 63mm of armor, while the sides and rear have an armor thickness of only 38mm. The strength of the Fury obviously doesn't lie in its armor. The Fury is a true support tank. Regardless of the battle tier, it can make itself useful to the team by taking key positions, spotting enemy vehicles, or knocking off their tracks. Due to its high rate of fire, the Fury can keep even the most fearsome opponents held in place with their tracks knocked off until they are destroyed by the Allies. This is especially true because shells for the gun are incredibly cheap. An AP shell costs only 96 credits, and you can easily earn about 40,000 credits per battle. Speaking about equipment, the tank gun rammer, the vertical stabilizer, and either coated optics or binocular telescope should be mounted on the Fury. However, if you have an experienced crew trained with several skills and perks, it makes sense to swap out the vertical stabilizer for improved ventilation. Also, you should definitely train your commander in the Sixth Sense perk, and the whole crew in the Brothers in Arms perk. And of course, you should never forget about repair. Remember that this tank earns more experience per battle, including more crew experience. You can transfer crews from other American medium tanks to the Fury and train them in it without penalties. So remember that Wargaming, the largest tank factory in the world, has produced a limited series of these unique armored vehicles. The tank is available in the premium shop for now, but soon the sale of the Fury will be discontinued, and it will only grace the garages of true World of Tanks fans. If you like this tank, follow the link to purchase it. See you on the battlefield. Buy now in your region.